No one's even gonna watch this video. Like 3 people at most. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Wrestling is gay! Gay! I hate this. I hate this futon. It's fucked up. Oh God. Ugh. Where was I? Look what I bought the other day. Look at this. You ever see one of these? It's a Lara Croft PS1 memory card. Okay. Stupid. I don't know. I went over there, and you know, I moved the footage. Then I got sidetracked, and I watched a fucking Nostalgia Critic review. Oh my God, he's just awful. I only watched it because it was like, it was a review of the Michael Bay Turtles, and the Angry Video Game Nerd was in it. It was like a crossover review. And I still like the Angry Video Game Nerd. But oh my God. Every time I accidentally watch a fucking Doug Walker video, I'm reminded what a vacuous hack he truly is. He like took like 30 minutes to say something that a 5-year-old could have figured out in 3 seconds.
Now that is irony!
I hate him! I hate reviewers. I hate the internet reviewer. Never should have been a thing. You know, like right now, I'm just rambling like an idiot about Wrestlemania, and that's one thing, right? But at least I'm not doing some goofy fucking skits. At least I'm not Doug Walker. Anyways, I gotta get back in the zone. I gotta get back in the... Ugh. Oh! Oh, God! Oh! Oh! Blow the man down! Woo! Man, this futon's gonna fucking destroy itself one day. I know it. I mean, listen to that. So finally we get to Triple H versus Sting, and this match... This match was... It was the best, worst, best, worst, terrible, awful, best, worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Give me a second here, folks. This is how these things go. It's like a roller coaster. There's dips. There's, and then, it's got to take a while to get up here. And then there's some fucking loop-de-loops, and then it gets fun. You just gotta... This is how I function. This is how my brain works. It's gotta build up some momentum before it can shuttlecock its way into your hearts. This match was fucking terrible. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, no, this match was great. Don't get me wrong. This match was incredibly entertaining. It was incredibly entertaining. But it was terrible. Everything about it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. It starts out... Okay. First of all, they bring Sting to the WWE. Sting's character is like this mysterious guy, but he's also like this energetic guy. He was energetic, but then he turned mysterious, and then sometimes he's sort of a mishmash. He's sort of between the two. Point is, for the very beginning, you knew they were going to fuck up Sting. And as a matter of fact, when the WWE bought WCW in the year 2001, the reason Sting gave for not signing with the WWE back then was because he felt that the WWE would ruin Sting's character due to Vince's ego or just incompetence or whatever. And wow, what a surprise, 14 years later, he was right. They fucking ruined Sting. From the very beginning, when Sting first debuted at Survivor Series, you were sort of awestruck, so you kind of pushed it to the back of your mind. You didn't think about the bad parts. You didn't want to admit it, but from the very beginning it was fucked up because they gave him this new music. Sting, when he first became like Crow Sting in WCW, he had this theme. It's one of the coolest, most badass themes ever. It's like this very low, orchestral, fucking... It sounds like he's an otherworldly warrior coming to right the wrongs, And, I'm not gonna fucking sing it, but the point is, his WCW theme was great, and WWE owns that. They own everything WCW ever did. They own the theme. And yet, for some fucking reason, when Sting debuted, they gave him this new theme music. And Sting's WWE theme is ass. It's not even like an ass that you'd want to touch. Not even like, I'm a butt toucher, baby. You better believe it. But this isn't even an ass that I want to touch. This is like fat man, cottage cheese, hairy, hair spilling out of the slimy shit-covered ass crevasse, ass crack ass. This is like undiluted diarrhea with chunky Campbell's chicken noodle soup shit flakes floating around to the top of it in a bowl poured from a fucking fountain, and then you gotta take a fucking spoon and you gotta eat that, and you gotta feel it. You can't even just swallow it. You gotta swish that shit around in your mouth. Swish that poopy doop all over your mouth and get it squeezing out between your teeth, dribbling down your chin, getting all in your beard and rubbing it all over your body. That's the kind of shit. Sting's WWE theme is one of the most boring, lazy, uninspired. I can't even describe it for you. It's just like if I went into like a music making program and went to like the samples that they had like pre-programmed into there, and I picked like generic horror movie ambiance number 3. That's Sting's WWE music. And it baffles me to no end that they wouldn't just use his WCW theme. But, god damn. Right from the beginning, this match was fucked because Sting... Right from the beginning, you knew that they were going to bury Sting and make him do the fucking job for the WWE guy, of course. And that was made even more apparent because, of course, Sting's coming out first. That's already a mistake. Sting should have come out second. He should have come out last. They should have had Triple H in the ring waiting for Sting, and then Sting comes down to the ring to his old fucking WCW music and looking like a fucking god with like lightning and shit, and Triple H is standing there going, oh shit, what about... That's what it should have been, right? So from the moment Sting comes out first, you know that it's fucked up. But it's not even that. That's not even the whole fucking start of the bad. The start of the bad's not even all of the bad. This entrance that they put together for Sting was baffling. It starts out, there's this old Asian guy banging on a drum. And then there's a bunch of other Asian people with Sting face paint banging on other drums, like traditional, like Japanese Asian drums. And there's a fucking gong, and there's a guy on a gong. And it's like a bunch of Asians in a circle banging on drums to summon Sting. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Sting is a white guy from fucking California. There's nothing even Asian about his gimmick. But there's a fucking circle of Asians with fucking Mr. Miyagi in the middle banging on a drum. And it's weird. And it makes no sense. And it's broad daylight, right? And after the Asians bang in their little drum circle for like 5 minutes, then Sting comes out, and he comes out to his awful WWE theme, which is supposed to sound like spooky or something, but it doesn't, because the event is taking place outside in broad daylight, so the whole spooky angle doesn't really work, you know? So, you know, there were two things that they could have done. They could have had Sting come out to his original WCW music, and, you know, it wouldn't have been spooky because it's broad daylight, but it doesn't have to, it would be, his old music is better than his new music, god damn it, and you don't need those fucking, the Asian drum circle? What was that? I don't even get it. Nobody gets it. It doesn't make any sense. It's like they were just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. But they also could have done this, and this is an idea that I had after. WWE usually, they always have like a band playing someone to the ring. Like at WrestleMania 17, I think it was, Triple H had Motorhead sing his theme, and they played him to the ring. Lemmy was fucking drunk and he couldn't remember the lyrics, but it didn't even matter because it was awesome anyways because it was fucking Motorhead. One of the WrestleManias, Bray Wyatt's band played his theme. So every couple of years it's like one guy gets a live band for their theme, and that's cool, right? CM Punk had Cult of Personality live. In Living Color. Isn't that the name of the band? Isn't In Living Color the name of a fucking sketch comedy show with Jim Carrey? Maybe it was both. I don't know. Yeah. CM Punk had In Living Color play him to the ring. You know? So, here's the thing. Near the end of WCW, Sting had another theme. And it was Seek and Destroy by Metallica. And that was awesome too. Because when Sting came to the ring, what do you hear? And you fucking get hype, right? So, what if Triple H comes out first? And Triple H is standing in the ring ready to fight. You know, he's ready to fight the icon Sting. He's like, you know, Sting, you're not gonna scare me, with your spooky bullshit. I know you're just a man. You're a mortal man. You're an old guy. You know, he's expecting Sting is gonna try to intimidate him with spooky Sting, right? But then, all of a sudden, and obviously there's no way that Triple H would not know of this beforehand, but you suspend your disbelief, right? All of a sudden, who fucking comes out with a fucking guitar. It's fucking James Hetfield. And then Metallica comes out. And all of a sudden, you're not getting spooky Sting. You're getting Seek and Destroy Sting. You know, you're getting... So fucking... All of a sudden, Metallica comes out. And Metallica is playing live, and they're playing Sting into the fucking ring. Right? How amazing would that be? That would get the crowd fucking out of... And don't tell me they couldn't afford Metallica. Vince could afford anyone. He just didn't care. That would have been awesome. But, you know... Instead they went with the weird, nonsensical Asian drum circle and Sting to his new music. So that was already fucking retarded and horrible. But then, you know, to make matters worse, he went out first. And then out comes Triple H. This Triple H entrance, I was laughing hysterically throughout Triple H's entrance, and I don't think that's what he was going for. You know, oh my God. So I guess Triple H's gimmick now is that Triple H's new gimmick is literally that he's got power in the company, and he's just a man-child who uses all that power and money and resources to give himself new toys to play with every year, and dress up like fucking Conan and the fucking Terminator and shit. And that's what it was this year. It was the Terminator. Yeah, Triple H was elevated onto the stage, surrounded by like 4 or 5 Terminators. And it played the Terminator music. It was like, I guess it was some product. They probably had some deal going with the new Terminator movie. You're right, because Arnold was there too. And Arnold showed up on the screen, and Arnold was like, Wrestlemania, I'll be back, because he got inducted into the Hall of Fame too. But I mean, the pieces fit for this to happen, but it was just so goofy. Triple H comes out surrounded by Terminators, and he's wearing his Shao Kahn mask and his big goofy armor, but it's like his armor is now Terminator style, so it's got the eye and it's got like bone Terminator metal claws for hands, and it's like little T-Rex arms. It was the stupidest looking fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire... And I was laughing hysterically for this. And then, you know, then a bunch of, like, army guys come and they give him, like, the skulls of, like, defeated Terminators that Triple H has torn apart with his bare hands. And he... Ah! And it's just like... It was made all the more hilarious by the fact that the Wrestling Isn't Wrestling video that just came out, where Max Landis talks about how, you know, the Triple H character is this insecure man-child who, like, looks in a mirror and sees himself as this amazing badass ass kicker who always just wants to come and show off his new toys, right? And that made it even more hilarious because Triple H's entrance was exactly that. Like, I could picture Max Landis, like, pitching that idea as a joke. Like, what if, like, Triple H came out next year as the Terminator? And he had, like... It was a fucking joke! It blew my fucking mind! Triple H... I don't know. Maybe you just have to have seen it to believe it. Triple H came out like the fucking Terminator. Wearing like a... I can't. I literally can't. I don't even... I'm struggling right now to think of the words. It was so goofy. And you know that in Triple H's mind, he went into this sincerely thinking that this would be the coolest, most badass thing ever, and make him... And it was so fucking stupid. And Triple H is standing there in the ring, watching as Hunter comes down. And it's like, this is Sting. This is a legend of wrestling. The only legend of wrestling who has never competed in the WWE ever. This is a historic event. And he gets an Asian drum circle and crappy new fucking generic spooky movie ambiance theme music, and has to come to the ring first and stand there while Triple H, who's been there every year forever, gets to show off his new Terminator toys and try to look cool and impress his buddy Arnold. And go, look, Arnold, I can be the Terminator too. Do I look cool, Arnold? Do I look cool? And Arnold's like, yeah, whatever, man. You look really great. Whatever, fuck it. Meanwhile, Arnold's like on the first chopper out of there. Like... It's like, it's so stupid. And you think that from there it can't get any stupider. But it does. And, you know, like I said, this match, this is probably like the second most just purely entertaining match of the night, because the entire time through this match I was losing my shit, but kind of like for all the wrong reasons. That's kind of what this match was. It was the best match for the worst reasons, because it was that sort of like that feeling of like when wrestling sinks to that absolute low of like really terrible, that it is almost as good as when it's really great. It was that kind of... It was... Watching this match was like watching The Room. You know? Triple H might as well have been fucking walked to the ring by Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau should have played Sting in this match. And it would have been the exact same match, as far as I'm concerned. You know... When I think about it, I guess how the match went down, except for the finish, which was fucking stupid. But I mean, it makes sense why you would have the match. How I'll just say what happened. I mean, Triple H and Sting are fighting, and it's pretty cool. Triple H is getting the upper hand, and then Sting is getting the upper hand, and they're fighting, and back and forth. And I think Sting gets Triple H in the Scorpion Deathlock. And then, DX's music hits out of nowhere. And out come Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, and X-Pac. DX. You know, they're all like in their mid-40s and early 50s and shit. But, you know, here out comes DX. And you're thinking, oh, wow. You sort of suspected that they're going to put Triple H over, even though it's completely the wrong decision, but I mean, you know that they always want that. Whenever a guy comes from WCW, it's just kind of an ego thing, right? I mean, the WWE guy always beats the WCW guy. But I mean, you sort of knew that Triple H was going over, even though it didn't make sense. But, yeah, DX comes out, and you're thinking, oh, here comes DX, it's going to be a screw job. And sure enough, Sting fights off DX, but Triple H is waiting behind him, and Triple H gives him a pedigree. And so he goes 1, 2, 3. But Sting kicks out, and the match doesn't end there. And so then they're fighting, and DX is still there now. Then, and this is where things got knocked into 12th gear, because then the NWO's music hits. And Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash come out in their NWO colors. And now you start to piece it together. And you start to realize what's going on. And then the NWO is fighting DX outside. And you're going, okay. They're really going with this WCW versus WWE thing, right? And they're having the NWO fight the DX. Even though X-Pac was also in NWO at one point. But then again, who wasn't in NWO at one point, right? Also, it doesn't really make sense for the NWO to rescue Sting because the NWO were Sting's arch enemies, really. I mean, the whole point of the NWO was that they were trying to destroy WCW from within, and Sting was fighting them off. So why would the NWO help Sting against WWE? It doesn't make sense, you know, from a story. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, I guess. I mean, it does matter, but it's... So you see this, and as you're laughing hysterically and falling out of your chair, you're like, okay, I get it. And you start to realize that this is really kind of the way the match had to go down. Because, I mean, Sting's 56 or something, right? You know? He's not going to be able to move for like a 20-minute match on his own. So you know there's going to be a lot of shenanigans in this match. And, okay, having the DX come down and NWO coming down, it's wild and crazy and it's unexpected and it kind of fits, I guess, and it works, and that's how you get Sting through the match, you know, because while all this craziness is happening, you know, they're in the ring catching their breath, so. But, I mean, it just keeps getting weirder and wackier. I mean, and then, you know, the NWO is fighting DX, and everyone's dying. And then Triple H gets out his sledgehammer. But then Sting gets out his bat. And the NWO is fighting outside the ring. And now you've got Sting with his bat and Triple H with his sledgehammer. And they look like two fucking Jedi, like about to cross swords. And they literally have a sword fight with the sledgehammer and the bat. And then at one point, Sting brings the bat down, and it cracks the sledgehammer in half down the middle, which was awesome. And then Sting gets Triple H in the Scorpion Deathlock again. And then Shawn Michaels shows up. And Shawn Michaels kicks Shawn Michaels kicks Sting in the face, and he switches in music Sting. And then you go, oh my god, Shawn Michaels now. And it gives even more of a screw job. And again, you know, watch the Max Landis video and then watch this match. It's like the perfect companion piece to that video because everything he said about Triple H's career is like summed up in this insane fucking match. And, you know, HBK, fucking Sweet Chin Music Sting, HB Shizzle, but then Triple H pins him and Sting kicks out of that too. And then they keep fighting. And then they're still fighting. And now the NWO and DX and Shawn Michaels are all outside of the ring watching this match. And they're still fighting in there. And Triple H is fighting Sting. And Sting throws him in the corner. And all my friends are watching. And I'm like calling the match as it's going to happen now. like at this point, I'm predicting the match as it's going on, and I'm like, watch, he's gonna put him in the corner, and he's gonna do the and then he's gonna do the stinger splash, and then he does, and they go, ha ha ha, you're cool, Jesse, and I am cool, and then it just and then Sting goes for a stinger splash, and Triple H has the sledgehammer, and he kills Sting, and then he hits Sting with a sledgehammer, and then Triple H goes over. Triple H wins. Yeah. So Triple H goes over. And, it was something. God bless us, everyone. So, watching the match, I mean, the entrances were, like, so bad they're good. Especially Triple H's. Triple H's entrance was definitely that so bad it's good territory, because it was fucking hilarious. But the match itself, with all the crazy shenanigans that went down, DX, NWO, Shawn Michaels, really, I'd say it was perfect. It was, I mean, it probably sounds like I'm making fun of it, and I am to an extent, but really, it's exactly the match that I didn't realize I wanted. And it was kind of, it was, in its own weird, wacky way, it was the perfect match that they could have had. It was, I think it protected Sting from looking old and out of breath, by having all these distractions. And it was just so stupidly, wonderfully, wackily, that's the new one. It was just entertaining, and I was losing my fucking mind throughout the whole match. I guess the only problem that I have with it is the finish. Doesn't make sense for Sting not to go over. It makes sense from a WWE business, like, from an ego standpoint of the WWE wanting to go over, but it just... Because, I mean, where does Sting go from here? Nowhere. Sting's done. And Sting even cut a promo on Raw the next night. And he goes, yeah, I came up short. So what does the future hold for Sting? I don't know. And that was the promo. That was Sting's promo on Raw. What do I go? Where does Sting go now? What happens next? I don't know. The only thing for sure about Sting is nothing's for sure, which he didn't say, which is weird because it is his catchphrase and it worked with what he was saying. But if the WWE presents me with opportunities, well, we'll just see. And it's like, what the fuck? Weird. Just fucking weird. And I'm losing my fucking... Really, the problem with the entire build for this match was that Triple H never had anything to lose. Because, I mean, if Sting had won, it wouldn't matter. Triple H would still come out on Raw and he'd still be the guy in power. So, and Sting losing is even worse because it's like, okay, this icon Sting, he shows up in the WWE for the first time after like a million years, and he's the vigilante, and he vows to dismantle the authority, and then he fails. Yeah. And, what really got me, and this is the part where I was still laughing. It was still funny, but this is the part where I got kind of upset. Upset laughing. Like, what the fuck? After the match, Sting and Triple H shake hands. And, I guess you can call it like a character, like they're breaking character to shake hands. And looking at it from that angle, fine, whatever. But from a character standpoint, what the fuck? In a character standpoint, Triple H is evil. The Authority are evil, power-mad hypocrites, and they're ruining the company. And Sting came to dismantle them and take them down. And Sting failed. The Icon failed. And he failed because Triple H hit him in the face with a sledgehammer. And then he gets up and shakes Triple H's hand. Okay, bye. See you next year if you'll have me, boss. Boy, oh boy. Gee golly, it sure is swell to be in the WWE. I might have gotten my ass kicked and my face busted with a sledgehammer, but I just want to graciously thank you for this opportunity, Triple H. Yuck. Triple H hit you in the fucking head with a sledgehammer. How many people out there, if an insane power-mad villain hit you in the face with a sledgehammer, would get up and shake his hand? Did Sting forget that Triple H is a bad guy? And it's kind of like flashbacks. It's kind of like it has me flashing back to like Halloween Havoc, like 97, where they built up the Sting and Hogan feud for a year and made Sting look like a fucking god, and then the match ended up just being this weird clusterfuck where Sting lost. Like, what the fuck? And they did it again, and it's weird. And Triple H going over isn't even the problem. Well, it is the problem, but I don't know. It's stupid, but the match was entertaining enough that I could accept it, I guess. But the handshake at the end of it, I ain't about that life. I ain't about that life. And this match never should have happened. Because when Sting signed with the WWE, people have been saying for years that they want Sting versus The Undertaker. That's the dream match. And everyone is aware, everybody knows that everybody else knows that that's the match that everybody wants. It's the ultimate spooky guy of the WWE versus the ultimate spooky guy of WCW, right? You can make the case that they're both getting up there and it might not be the best match, but it would be an amazing spectacle. Because their gimmicks have always just fit so perfectly. And that's the match everyone wants. So when Sting signed with the WWE, that's the match people assumed. But instead, they have him fight the Authority. And they try to bullshit their way into this weird WCW, WWE storyline like 14 years after the fact. And act like Triple H is some fucking, is the WWE guy. Triple H... I'm sorry, but Triple H isn't the guy. He never was. Triple H is the guy who worked with the guy. He Like, if I'm Sting, this legend Sting, then from my point of view, why am I coming to the WWE after all these years to fight this fucking jobber Triple H? You know, I'm not saying that Triple H is a jobber, but from Sting's perspective, Sting, the icon, it doesn't make sense. Triple H is not the WWE guy. And it's not the match that anyone wanted. It's not the match that ever made sense. Taker and Sting, you know, might not have been the most fast-paced match, but it would have made sense and it would have been awesome. But then again, it also would have been a Spooky Man versus Spooky Man match in broad daylight, which is what Brain Taker was, but I'll get to that. But I mean, you know, just none of it made sense. I mean, yeah. So it was a stupid, and you know, again, he comes to WWE and they try to craft this story. They try to make it seem like Sting is this vigilante who finally came to put down the authority. But that's not even a stipulation, that the authority has to go away if they lose. So even if he wins, it doesn't matter. Triple H... So the entire premise of this match is fucking retarded. And Triple H's entrance was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But, you know, the match itself was very entertaining. So, okay, good. But, you know, that's what I said. That's why I said it's the best, worst, incredible, stupid thing that I've ever seen in my life. Because it really is. Oh, God, I need a fucking cock massage after that. Take me down to the Wrestlemania city, where the grass is green, slap my face with titties. Oh, won't you please take me home? Oh, people are screaming. Search and seek and destroy! Oh my God. That entrance, that fucking Terminator entrance. I can't get over it. I can't even get to the next match because I'm fucking ruminating on this. On that entrance. It was so perfect. I want to believe that, like, Triple H saw the Max Landis video and became self-aware. Like Skynet. And that it was like an intentional parody of himself to seem like a goofball heel. That's what I want to believe. I don't want to believe that he legitimately thought this was badass and awesome because it was fucking retarded. I want to believe that he was, like, being like a parody of himself on purpose. Oh my God. You know what I want someone to do? I want someone to take audio of Wrestling Isn't Wrestling, and I want them to play it over the Sting Triple H match. Because so many parts of it would just fit so perfectly. In fact, I'm going to do it. Fuck it. I'll do it myself. That'll be my project for tonight when this is done filming. Oh, shit. Still got 3 more matches to talk about. Jesus Christ. What is this, going to be like a 4-hour long video? I don't fucking give a shit. Maybe I should release this in parts. Maybe I should go ahead and upload part 1. right now.
To be continued.